husband
It
would
was fun.
divorce me if my late wife came back.
My husband and I have been together for 10 years, and we have been married for 6. He and his late wife were together for 3 years and married for 1. They have a son who is now 13. I know I don't come first in his eyes, and as a person who doesn't like a whole lot of attention, it worked out pretty well. He goes to her grave every day after work and takes their son to her grave on the weekend for an hour to spend time with his mom. I work from home as an online tutor working with kids on English and history, so through COVID, my stepson was home with me during school remotely. I've known him since he was 3, and we have a decent relationship. We've bonded over shared hobbies like building Gundam models and the Percy Jackson books. Yesterday was his birthday, and I gifted him a special edition box set of the second series in the Rordenverse, the Heroes of Olympus. When he opened my gift, he all but screamed and hugged me, and as he was thanking me, he called me Mom. I didn't say anything, but I did smile. I've raised him for almost 7 years, so sometimes I feel like his mother, even though I know our bond isn't biological. My husband became furious, and once my stepson went up to his room to read his new books, he began to yell at me. Quotes including, "You're not his mom. How could you ever be his mom? How dare you let him call you mom? And you don't have any children. He's mine and not your son." To defend myself, I only replied that I was glad my stepson saw me as a maternal figure. Also, we need this right now. My husband blew up and told me, "If my wife came back from the dead, I would divorce you in an instant for her. Don't act so high and mighty because you help my son with homework sometimes or build stupid plastic figures. No matter how many bedtime stories you read him, you are not and will never be his mother." Holy shit. It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years. This hurt me. My husband and I are sleeping in separate rooms and I feel awful. I don't know how to respond. I love my stepson. I love my husband, but right now I feel utterly devalued and replaceable. I just needed to get my feelings somewhere I know he won't find. Thank you for reading. Relevant comments from OP. After the argument, I went up to my stepson's room and apologized for the shouting. He told me his dad did the shouting, not me, and asked me if it was his fault. I told him his dad was insecure because we get along, and it was not and will never be his fault. I hope he knows that he isn't to blame in the slightest. I spent the rest of his birthday reassuring him that this isn't his fault. I just hope he doesn't internalize it. OP said that her husband went to his late wife's grave after the argument and stayed there for a few hours while I set up my stepson's birthday. Just a few boys from his school, cupcakes I made, and a movie marathon evening before everyone went home. He got home just as the party ended.
It's all the kids' fault.
I want to go first.
I feel so bad for that thing. Sorry.
This is to the husband, and there's a part. This is not going to be the usual Marlon going off and bashing the husband and everything else. I'm literally going to talk to you rationally all the way up to the end. Then I am going to say something that's probably going to hurt your feelings, but in my case, it's true. You have gone to your late wife's grave every day for 10 years. That's not normal. No, I am not going to use the outliers of the world to normalize this. That is not normal.
He's making sure she's dead.
Well, she was dead yesterday. She's dead today. Take my word for it. It's not trust me on certain things in life. Death is not a reversal.
The guilty always returns to the scene of the crime.
You stop this. Gotta help people. That is not a normal concept. You taking your child there every weekend, even though his wife died when he was 3. I'm sorry. I'm just being real with you. There is very little, very small bit of the population of the world remember all events at the age of 3. They may have glimpses and pictures of certain events that just pops in their head, but you're sitting there telling them, hey, we're going to, so you can remember your mom and all the great things this kid is like, I'm going to be honest with you, Dad. I'm going because you're taking me. I don't know what's going on right now.
Lydia had Beetlejuice. She's got all the ghosts of the cemetery.
Go get you some
He's
water.
got friends there. He sees dead people.
Theus, go get some water.
Do you need some water? I got some water. Here you go.
I got water. I got water. I got water.
No, I know. I need that
I
gallon
don't
jug
think
that
that's
you had
water.
like 2 months ago.
I got more water. I got water.
So either way, so I'm telling you right now, you need to go get therapy. And I mean, I'm being hyperbolic by saying like yesterday. No, I think you should have get it like 10 years ago. No, that dude don't need no more anything like that. Now, here is the hurtful part, but in my opinion, it's my truth. So the kids say. What that child said to your wife, and I really use that term very loosely, ain't got shit to do with you. I know you feel it does, but it doesn't.
Sure.
That is a bond between that child and that woman.
That wasn't me.
That was me turning my phone down.
But that's a bond between that child and that woman. It ain't got crap to do with you.
Sure.
Nothing. So for you to go off the way that you are proves again, dude, you need help.
It's all about you.
This is why you got kicked off the last hour. What are you doing?
Sober up. It's okay.
I didn't even do anything. I ain't even
Sleep
do
it
nothing,
off.
man. I ain't do anything. I'm just
So
sitting
he's
here.
getting
You
defensive,
see yourself whispering stuff?
He's getting
I ain't even
defensive.
do anything.
That's a first sign.
I ain't do nothing.
Constant denial.
Guys, please go get some help. Because now the really last part about it, as time goes on, you're gonna slowly start losing your son. I mean, mentally and physically, you're going to start losing your son. Your son is going to get up older into his teens and go, why am I going with you every weekend? This doesn't make any sense. I'm not going. And you're going to resent him. He's going to resent you for, and now it's going to turn to making me go to this grave. It's going to turn into resentment. And because you can't see that, you're going to resent your son. So, how far you want to take this, bro? I'm leaving the ball in your court. How far are you going to take this? Because at a certain point, that kid is going to resent you. He's literally, at this point, if you divorce that woman because of everything that went on, he's going to resent you for that. Because he saw this woman as a mother figure and you took it away from him because of how you felt about your wife. He's not going to say anything about it because he's a kid. But as we know, trauma builds over years. And it festers. And it just lays dormant until it blows up. So, how you want to handle this? You want to continue this trial, or you want to go ahead and try to handle your business now and take care of this?